Okay, so here we have some more questions, and this one comes from Vicky in Waco, Texas. Kenneth, I'm a fan of your show on HGTV. On your TLC show, you refinished an old chest of drawers. Do you have any refinishing tips for old pieces? Thank you so much. It's actually really easy to refinish pieces, and most people don't realize that it just takes maybe 4 or 5 hours on one weekend to do it. The key is to look at the piece you're doing, and if you open a drawer, a lot of times you will see how much wood you have available to sand down. The key is to always sand lightly with a hand sandpaper, to just sort of rough it up and take off any of the existing finish. Once you do that, the key is to make sure you clean all the sand or the dust that comes from the sanding process. Most people's biggest mistake happens when they put a varnish or a stain on top of something. Man, the phone is ringing. Put a stain or a finish on top of the piece before cleaning it, and you end up with those little gritty sort of pieces. So my advice is this: keep it simple. Take a drawer, sand the inside corner if it's wood on the inside, test it to make sure it's what you like before you start doing the whole piece. Use a water-based stain. Remember that you'll want to do at least one coat and let it dry really good, and then come back with a second coat. My favorite thing to do is to usually, if it's an old piece that looks like it's cherry, is to do a clear coat stain so that the wood grain stays really beautiful. And try to avoid doing it in bright sun, because sometimes if it dries too quickly, it doesn't cure properly. I hope that helps. It was a long question. The key is light sanding to get down any existing finish, clean it really good, then put on your coat of stain or varnish, testing it inside of a drawer first. It's kind of like when they want to see if you're allergic to something and they say test a small area before you put all over your face. Same thing with cabinets. Okay, Jessica from Georgia. I love your work. I have a question about carpeting. I need to recarpet all of my bedrooms and stairway. I really love the way some of the newer pattern carpet looks, but I'm concerned about resale. I would love your advice on the choice of style I should pick. Thank you so much for your time. Jessica, this is my rule when people ask what they should do for resale. If I had a crystal ball and I could predict what the people were going to want to buy your house, I would tell you what's best. However, since we don't have crystal balls, design it so you love it since you're living there. If you see a pattern carpet you love, go for it. Just remember, it has to work with everything else in the room. There are many stars in a room. Not one that needs to stand out, but many that should work together to create an ensemble cast. So if your pattern carpet works with your sofa and your chairs and your stair rail detail and your wall color, you're good to go. But don't pick a carpet out just because you love it for its pattern. It's got to have something you love that's going to work with all the other pieces in the room. And my rule is, resale is important, but you living there right now and liking it is even more important. How do you like that? Especially in these times, too. We're going to be staying in our houses for a while, not like we used to do. Linda from New York. My family room is in the lower part of my house with windows that are small basement size. How can I make them appear larger? Right now they are framed with a 3-inch white molding and small honeycomb shades. Well, that's your biggest problem right there is, if they're small windows and you have 3-inch molding, you're basically drawing a line around them and saying, look how small my windows are. And then by doing the honeycomb shades, you're even creating another smaller shape within that shape to accent the little size they are. My trick is to do wall panels or drapery panels on either side, because what you can do is you can fake the width of a window by making your panel extend beyond the molding, so the illusion is the window goes behind the drape. It also helps to get rid of those molding lines. I don't know if you can see here. Can you, men? Okay, men, you can see this. So you see you have molding here. When you put your drape here, it sort of masks the fact that maybe the window continues and you get a bigger illusion of window. All right, one more quick, or we're done for now. I think we're done for now. We're done for now. Come back.